What happens when you flip the script and force the narcissist to walk away before they're ready? I'm not talking about the usual discard, not the one where they slowly pull back, get bored, start nitpicking, and replace you behind the scenes. No, I'm talking about the moment you step into truth, start asking questions, start connecting dots, and suddenly they have no choice but to drop you because you've exposed too much. And here's the part nobody warns you about. That kind of discard, it doesn't end when they leave. It waits. Because when you start checking them, really checking them, when you stop accepting words and start verifying actions, when you bring receipts, when you calmly say, no, that's not true, and here's why, you don't just challenge their behavior. You shatter their image. And to them, that's everything. See, their world runs on perception. How you see them, how they feel about themselves through you. So when you confront them, when you expose the inconsistencies, the lies, the double life, they don't process that like a healthy person would. They store it. Every question you asked, every lie you caught, every moment you stood in truth. They file it away, not to heal, not to reflect, but to settle a score later. And in that moment, when you force them to discard you, especially before they've secured another emotional backup, you've cornered their ego. You've taken control of the ending. And that creates something dangerous. Unfinished business in their mind. So they leave, but not in peace. They leave with pressure building. Weeks go by, maybe a month, maybe longer. And just when you start to breathe again, here it comes. That message. That, hey, just checking on you. That soft voice pretending nothing ever happened. That's not closure. That's a test. A temperature check to see if the door is still unlocked. And if you open that door, even just a little, thinking you're going to get answers, clarity, or some kind of calm conversation, that's where it turns. Because now you're not dealing with the same version of them you left. Now you're dealing with someone who remembers exactly how you made them feel when you exposed them. And they haven't forgotten. They may smile. They may sound calm. They may even act like they've changed. But underneath, there's resentment. There's wounded pride. There's a quiet urge to regain control. And the moment you let them back in emotionally, they don't pick up where things left off. They escalate. The confusion deepens. The emotional pressure increases. The cycles become sharper, colder, more calculated. Not because you did something wrong, but because in their mind you crossed a line by seeing through them. That's why people say it felt worse the second time. Not a little worse. Unrecognizably worse. Because now it's not just about control. It's about restoring their ego at your expense. So if you ever reach that point where you've seen enough, where the truth is undeniable, where they walk away because you stopped playing along, understand this clearly. That was your exit. Not a pause. Not a break. Not something to revisit for closure. That was your window to get free. Because going back after a forced discard isn't going back to fix anything. It's walking back into a situation where the rules have changed and not in your favor. Protect your peace like it cost you something because it did. And if this message found you at the right time, don't ignore that feeling in your chest. That quiet knowing. You're not confused anymore. You're aware. And awareness is where your power begins. If this resonated, stay with us. There's more clarity waiting for you on the next video. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it their way. This content is for awareness and personal growth purposes. It's not a substitute for professional advice, but it might be the perspective that helps you see things differently. And choose yourself this time.